The observation deck smelled like fear. Or maybe that was just Crixval's breakfast refusing to settle in his third stomach. Hard to tell when you're watching a human get ready to die. She is going to be obliterated, Crixval muttered, his chitinous plates clicking nervously. Absolutely, completely, horrifically obliterated. His colleague, a floating jellyfish creature named Plum, bobbed in agreement. The regulations clearly state that cadets must face the combat simulator. But this is murder with paperwork. Down in the arena, the human stood alone. Her name was Maya Torres, and she looked about as threatening as a decorative plant. Small, soft, no natural armor, no venom sacs, not even decent claws. The galaxy's idea of a sick joke, wrapped in regulation combat gear. How did she even get into the academy? Crixval wondered aloud, watching her stretch her pathetically limited joints. Did someone lose a bet? Worse, Plum gurgled. She applied and passed the entrance exams. The written exams, sure. But this? Crixval gestured at the arena floor with 3 of his 6 arms. This is where theory meets reality and reality wins. Every single time. The simulator hummed to life, and the air shimmered. In seconds, it would generate the deadliest fighter in the Academy's database. The undefeated champion. The nightmare that had sent 47 cadets to the medical bay in the last term alone. I cannot watch, Plum said, definitely watching. The shimmer solidified into 8 feet of pure violence. Rax-Morl the Unconquered stood before Maya, his 4 arms flexing, his battle-scarred exoskeleton gleaming under the arena lights. The simulator had pulled from the database perfectly, right down to the dried blood stains. The crowd went silent. Someone's breathing apparatus wheezed in the background. Maya looked up at the towering warrior. And then, impossibly, she smiled. Oh no, Crixval whispered. She has gone into shock. Her tiny brain has broken. But Maya was not in shock. She was stretching her neck, rolling her shoulders, and the smile on her face was growing wider. Not the smile of someone about to die. The smile of someone who knew something nobody else did. Begin, the announcer's voice echoed through the arena. Rax-Morl charged. The ground shook. 3 tons of muscle and rage and really bad attitude thundered across the arena floor at speeds that should have been illegal. Maya did not run. She did not dodge. She stood there, waiting, and at the last possible second, she moved, but not backward, forward, and down. She slid between Rax-Morl's legs like she was stealing second base, popped up behind him, and before the simulator warrior could turn, she had jumped onto his back. What is she doing? Plum sputtered. That is the worst possible strategy. Everyone knows you never get close to a Rax-Morl's striking range. She is inside his striking range, Crixval corrected, his voice climbing 3 octaves. She is using his blind spot. Rax-Morl spun, trying to grab her, but Maya clung to his back like a particularly stubborn parasite. His 4 arms flailed, smashing air, grabbing nothing. The crowd watched in stunned silence as the galaxy's most dangerous fighter basically fought himself. Then Maya did something that made Crixval's primary heart skip a beat. She started talking. You know, Maya said, her voice conversational, casual, like she was discussing the weather and not clinging to certain death. On Earth we have these things called rodeos. We ride angry animals for fun, for sport. Your people do realize that is insane, right? Rax-Morl roared, a sound that could curdle nitrogen. He slammed himself backward into the arena wall. Once, twice. The impact should have crushed Maya flat. She held on. Also, Maya continued, slightly breathless but still somehow smiling. I have been studying your species anatomy. You have 4 arms. Very impressive. Terrifying, really. But you know what you do not have. She shifted her weight, and suddenly she was not on his back anymore. She was swinging around to his side, using his own arm as a pivot point. Good knees. Maya's boot connected with the back of Rax-Morl's knee joint. The giant warrior buckled. Not much, just a wobble, but enough. Enough for Maya to change position again, now moving with a speed that seemed to defy her species' standard physical capabilities. Is she getting faster? Crixval demanded. No, Plum said slowly. She is getting warmed up. Oh, ancestors help us. She was warming up. Rax-Morl swung again, a blow that would have decapitated a Thornian battle beast. Maya ducked under it, stepped inside his guard, and delivered 3 rapid strikes to nerve clusters that most species did not even know existed. The warrior's left arms went limp. The crowd erupted. Half in cheers, half in what sounded like religious terror. Maya danced back, breathing hard but grinning like a predator who had just realized the prey was actually another predator wearing a disguise. "Round 2, she asked, beckoning Rax-Morl forward. "Come on, big guy. Show me what you have got." Crixval turned to Plum, his voice barely a whisper. "What have they sent us?" Rax-Morl the Unconquered was experiencing something new, something his programming had never accounted for. He was experiencing doubt. His remaining 2 functional arms circled warily as Maya bounced on her toes, that infuriating smile still plastered across her face. Blood trickled from her nose where she had taken a glancing blow earlier. She wiped it away with her thumb, looked at it, and laughed. She laughed. "Your species is defective," Crixval announced to anyone listening. "This is not normal behavior. This is barely sane behavior. Look at her stance." Plum gurgled, and there was something like awe in the floating creature's voice. "She is not defensive anymore. She is hunting." And Plum was right. Maya had stopped reacting and started acting. She circled left, forcing Rax-Morl to pivot on his weakened leg. Every movement was calculated, efficient, brutal in its simplicity. "You know what your problem is," Maya said, still talking, always talking. "You rely on intimidation, size, strength. And that works great against species that fight fair." She feinted right. Rax-Morl bought it, swung hard, and Maya was already inside the arc of his punch, driving her elbow into the joint of his remaining functional arm. "But humans," Maya continued, her voice sharp now, focused. "We did not evolve fair. We evolved mean." The warrior's right arm spasmed and dropped. For limbs, all compromised. The crowd was on their feet, tentacles, pseudopods, whatever they had. The noise was deafening. Rax-Morl roared again, but this time it sounded different. Desperate. He charged one final time, using his massive body as a weapon, trying to simply crush her through momentum and mass. Maya went low again, but this time she did not slide. She planted, set her stance, and as 3 tons of simulated warrior bore down on her, she did something that made every physicist in the observation deck recalculate their understanding of human biomechanics. She pushed, not with her arms, with her legs, with her back, with every muscle fiber in her compact frame, all working in perfect synchronization. It was not strength that let her do it. It was leverage, timing, and sheer stubborn refusal to lose. That Rax-Morl went up and over, flipping through the air like a child's toy. He hit the ground with a crash that rattled the observation windows. Maya stood over him, chest heaving, sweat pouring down her face, and that smile had transformed into something fierce and wild and absolutely terrifying. "Yield," she said simply. The simulator paused. Calculated. The algorithm ran through 10,000 scenarios and came to the only logical conclusion that Rax-Morl the Unconquered dissolved into light particles. The arena fell silent. Complete, total, absolute silence. Then someone started clapping. Then another. Then the entire observation deck erupted into chaos. Half the cadets were celebrating. The other half were frantically requesting transfers to different training cycles. Preferably cycles that did not include humans. Crixval sat down heavily, all 6 arms trembling. She defeated the simulator. Nobody defeats the simulator. The simulator is undefeated. That is the entire point of the simulator. Was undefeated, Plum corrected, bouncing excitedly. Past tense. Very much past tense now. Down in the arena, Maya was bent over, hands on her knees, breathing like she had just run a marathon. Which, considering what they had just witnessed, seemed fair. The announcer's voice crackled over the speakers, sounding slightly strangled. Winner by technical knockout. Cadet Maya Torres. Human. Sol System. Earth. The medical team rushed onto the arena floor, scanning Maya for injuries. She waved them off, still grinning despite the exhaustion written across her features. "I am fine," she said between breaths. "Just need water. Maybe several gallons of water. And possibly a nap. A long nap." The Academy commander, a dignified Valkyrie named Tom Sayre, descended from the upper observation platform. His crystalline body structure reflected the arena lights as he approached Maya, and his expression was unreadable. "Cadet Torres," he said, his voice carrying across the now quiet arena. That was the most reckless, dangerous, and tactically unsound performance I have witnessed in 40 cycles of teaching. Maya's smile faltered slightly. It was also, Tom Sayre continued, and now his voice held a note of something that might have been respect, the most effective. You have passed your combat certification. With honors. The crowd erupted again. Crixval turned to Plume, his voice hollow with shock. There are more of them. More humans. They are sending more humans to the academy. Yes, Plume said cheerfully. 12 more arriving next cycle. We are going to die, Crixval announced. Not metaphorically. Literally. They are going to accidentally kill us all through sheer insane human tactics. Down in the arena, Maya had finally accepted a water container from a medical technician. She drank deeply, then looked up at the observation deck, found the camera she knew was recording everything, and winked. Who is next? She asked, her voice carrying clearly through the speakers. Nobody volunteered. Somewhere in the back of the observation deck, a Thorian cadet was already composing a message home. It read simply, "Remember how I said the galaxy was ready for humanity? I was wrong. We are not ready. We will never be ready. Send help." But it was too late for help. The humans had arrived, and they were smiling. So what did you think? Did this story surprise you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this sci-fi story, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe for more mind-blowing science fiction stories every week. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.